Hi, how's it going?
But how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. I watched What's Love Got to Do with It the other day, and I fell in love with it. It was just the most heartwarming love story that I've seen in quite some time.
Thank you. Great. That's great.
Um, for you, what was it about the script that really kind of sold you to like make you want to join this project?
I mean, I'm a big fan of family dramas, so for me, it was a rom-com, and I knew it was going to have that element to it. But the fact that it was had a real serious subject matter at its core, and there was a lot of emotional scenes, and every scene was a debate, and you were getting different aspects. I think it just had a little bit more to it than most rom-coms you may see. So for me, that drew me to it, and then also it being about South Asian community and stories that we rarely see. It just had every element, and then working with Shaker and Jemima and all these huge actors, it was a bonus.
That's awesome. Yeah, it definitely had a lot more layers to it than the traditional rom-com.
Yeah, yeah, and that's for me. That's what's gonna give you the pull of the heartstrings at the end. That's what you want from a rom com.
For sure. Um, and what did it mean to you to be able to portray a character like Kaz who lives in the modern day but wants to stick to his roots and uphold traditions such as assisted marriage?
Well, I just think it's really get to play a character that I know a lot of people, especially in the South Asian community, but also just a lot of young people, or not even young people, a lot of human beings will be understanding that thing of trying to please your family, and the sort of struggle it is when you're trying to be a dutiful son or daughter, and when you've had trauma in the family, or like a big incident like the sister being, outcast, and he's trying to hold it together. And there's a lot going on inside this guy. It's not just he just wants to have an arranged marriage for fun. It's a serious thing, and being able to play someone like that with a few layers it's a nice, was a difficult thing, but a very nice thing as well. But at the core, it's about he ends up following his heart, and it's a very beautiful thing.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, one of the kind of central ideas to the romantic side of the story was falling into like, but then walking into love, and I just absolutely adored that. Do you feel that this is something that both the East and Western cultures can benefit from?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think there's no one right way, which is what I think the film also explores. Like, even Kath, Emma Thompson's character, is basically trying to do the same thing as Shabana's character, and the app is the same thing as the arranged marriage in a way. So it's all about the similarities rather than differences. But we can definitely learn from that, and try, and it's all about help really, and support, rather than, which is what I liked. We're trying to show a different side, that it's not this forced thing. It's the people that love you most trying to see you in love, and that's a nice thing.
I agree. I agree. Um, there's a lot of us that are like Zoe and don't understand assisted marriage. We don't understand the cultures behind it. So what is something that you want us to really take away from this story in regards to that?
I suppose it's about updating your information. I suppose we all have an idea of what these things are, or what certain cultures do, and what, especially Islam or whatever that is. And I think it's about going, right, this is 2023. It's not, 50 years ago, where they're being forced to do something. So I think that's a very important thing we need to take away, especially Western audiences. Just go, look, it's not happening the way we think it's happening. Let's update the way we think about these people, and maybe we can get closer to them and not be afraid of them. Take away the fear and just lead with love.
I like that. Thank you for that. Um, and your character also gets some really, really powerful bits of dialogue where he's just laying out his just general experience about existing. Um, does a film like this give you hope for the industry moving in the right direction as far as representation goes?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, yeah, I didn't think, when I first started out, I didn't get scripts where I had, a monologue in every scene, So it's like it's definitely progress, and the character wasn't stereotypical in any way, and the more we have these kind of movies, the more it opens up. I mean, yeah, 5 to 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been playing a rom-com lead. You know, it didn't happen. So very few and far between. And the more we can do it, the more the movie does what it's supposed to do, which is, you know, bring people together or make us feel something and learn something, you know.
Awesome. And in working with Lily James, I hear that you both have been friends for quite some time. So what was it like working with her and having to take your friendship kind of to that next level and make it a little bit more romantic?
Yeah, that's always very weird and very strange, but also it was just very easy because, you know, I fucking love Lily. She's amazing. And, you know, we'd known each other for so long that we'd been acting together at parties and we'd improvise and we'd mess around, and getting to do that in a professional way is such a rare thing. And if, you know, you got to take advantage of that and just enjoy every day that you get to go to set, because it's such a nice experience. And yeah, getting to be intimate is a very funny thing, but we're both professionals, and it was just easy. It was a very stress-free environment, and you don't get anxious going to work and worrying about things. You go, oh my god, I'm going to go see Lily and we're going to get to act together. It's such a nice feeling, very nice feeling.
That's great. That's great. Um, you play table tennis in the movie. Is that something that you and Lily did outside of filming, or did you have to kind of learn how to play that for this role?
I'm a bit of a table tennis nut. I've always been obsessed. Probably from about 21, I've been playing. I've just loved the game. And Lily also played. So one time years ago, we were at her house and she had a set. She used to play with her brothers a lot. So we just started playing, and we always knew that we could rally and we can do the thing. So when we were in working tile, we were rehearsing, and we decided just to play table tennis to just get the scenes a bit alive and get them going. And then we ended up doing the whole script by playing table tennis. We were like, this kind of works. We should play table tennis in every scene. And then Shaker was like, I love it. So then he just called up and said, all right, get a table tennis table. We're changing the scene. And we do this. And it ended up working for the scene. And then they were very worried on the day that like the ball's going to go flying, the wind's going to get in the way, they won't be able to do it. We're going to be here for hours. And we just did it in a few takes, and it was kind of perfect. It was one of those lovely moments where me and Lily both turned up, so it was good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So kind of switching gears, like what's next for you? Are you working on any other projects at the moment?
Yeah, so I just finished up in Australia for like 11 months playing Captain Nemo, so origin story of Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You know, sort of Indian prince, wife and child get murdered, fights the East India Company, revenge story, big submarines, action adventure, like huge kind of thing. Yeah, so it's 10-part Disney Plus. Yeah.
Nice, nice. When is that coming out? Do you know?
Not sure. I don't know the release date yet, but sometime down the line.
Sounds good. If we want to stay up to date with you and kind of stay up to date with those announcements, where can we follow you?
I don't have any social media anymore, so it will just be general press information.
That works. That works. All right. That's about all the questions I have, but is there anything else that you wanted to touch on about What's Love Got to Do with It that we didn't get to talk about?
No, I just hope American audiences connect with it as much as it seems to be connecting with other audiences, you know, and I really hope everyone gets out and goes to see it in the movies, because it's nice to see it on the big screen.
I'll definitely have to check it out. Because yeah, the laptop is not the same. All right. Thank you so much for chatting. Again, I love the movie and I can't wait for your Disney Plus show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.